don't know if this is working. We'll go with it. It says live. Guess I'll wait for somebody to show up. So I'm trying something. I've tried something new. Made a little, like those, kind of like a snow globe. You know, those kind of keychains. So, came on early so I could drill for a little bit. See if I can do this without. There we go. Yeah, I wasn't able to get a video together in time. I have like 3 started, but they're not going to be done in time, so figured I'd try this, see what happens. And if I look like I'm visibly sweating, it's because I am. I'm in my sunroom that has 0 air circulation. I have a tiny little fan, but sometimes that doesn't really work. Hoping somebody, at least one person, shows up. Otherwise I'm just going to sit here talking to myself. No purpose. This one's big. Actually, I bought a whole thing of these little, so it's like a, you put the liquid inside, and then the stuff is supposed to float around. I don't really like Disney as a company, but this was a friend of mine, so I figured I'd make some for his kids. And practice. Sometimes it's good to practice. I definitely needed to practice this before trying to do it in a video. Just because I screwed it up plenty of times. You guys are staying cool. It is so humid here. So humid. I'm not sure where everybody is. I know most of you are in the United States at least, but just sitting here talking to myself. I wonder if there's a way to see. I know nobody's here, but is there a way to see the actual chat? I wonder if they just pop up. I don't know. Hopefully someone shows up, sends me a chat, because I really do want to know how to do these lives. Just because then I can, like, you know, crochet along with you, or today I'm just working on random things. Like I said, I have like 3 projects started, but one of them is probably a 10-step project. The other one, and the other 2 are 3 or 4 step projects. So there was no, I'll just whip this together. Because also trying to, I don't have an actual setup really. It's my cell phone. That's all it is. So I have my cell phone record it, and each time, so when I started doing this, I'd do like an intro facing me, and then I'd have to hit stop because there is no pause and flip the camera around. So each time I'd stop, whether it's to do another segment, to flip the camera, or because my roommate decided to walk down here, which 9 times out of 10, if I'm down here, I'm trying to avoid him. He hasn't quite caught on to that yet. Or dogs start barking. Although lately I haven't really cared about the dogs barking. I don't know if you guys do. That's just me at this point in time. I make these into keychains. I guess I could use this. I don't want to use this. Put this back. So I bought this thing. I think lately everything's been Temu, so I'm going to guess it's Temu. I bought this thing here. It has all these little disc holders. So I'm able to sort all of my like different size jump rings, and then I bought little handmade, I don't have enough to put it on all my jewelry, but maybe on the necklaces or something. Little, see it? Hello. It's not gonna focus. You gonna focus? Yeah, it's either the light or whatever. Whatever. They look like little cupcakes. It says handmade on it. So you can add those to keychains and such. I haven't yet, but I also need to start getting pricing and all that fun stuff on my jewelry. My boss slash friend of mine has a booth at a fair. A fair, not an affair. A fair or festival or whatever you want to call it. And he said that he always lets employees that make things, you know, like little side business kind of things. He always gives them space at a booth at the fair. So I think I have something I want. I think I'm supposed to try looking this up because, you know, I was doom scrolling on YouTube and saw these videos of these things being made. I'm like, oh my god, I can make those. Those are so cute. 1, not easy. 2, I tried looking up what goes in it. And there were a couple different choices, but the main one was some kind of oil, like a mineral oil. Now, one of my concerns with these is that I don't trust anything to stay together for an extended period of time, like, you know, decades kind of thing. So I wanted to make sure I got something that wasn't toxic. Oh, no. That wasn't toxic, because that wouldn't be good. So I got a mineral oil, food grade kind of thing, and every place I looked, I couldn't tell if they mixed it with something else, like if it was a mixture of water and oil, or if it was just straight oil, or if you had to have the air bubble. I don't know. So this is me winging it. I did learn one thing with it, because this was the first one I made. So I'm sorry about the glare. I'm right in front of my window. I put glitter in there. 2 different kinds of glitter. Just regular glitter and then the flake glitter. And it kind of moves. Fast moving, like a snow globe would be, you know. So I did learn that it has to have some weight to it. So that's why I made this one, which has some resin pieces that I made, and they definitely move a lot easier. The resin pieces, and then I have some heavier, I guess you could still call it glitter. They're just shaped and colored as opposed to just little hexagon sparklies. But I don't know, they don't shake like I want them to, you know what I mean? It's still fun for people that have zero attention span. AKA me. I mean, considering these weren't the first ones I made. The first one I made was a complete failure. Because like I said, I bought a whole bunch, but they're bigger, or not bigger than this. They're big enough to where I'm not even sure that it can be a keychain. Like you have a water bottle, heart, an hourglass, which this one I was thinking I could put non-toxic in there, because I had to buy some for there's something, a puzzle, the dinosaur puzzle I wanted to make for my nephew, but I wanted to make sure that it wasn't toxic if he decided to stick it in his mouth, which hopefully by the time he's able to do puzzles, he's not still sticking things in his mouth. I don't know, I don't have kids, I don't know how that works. Nonetheless, I thought I would make non-toxic resin, and then put just a whole bunch of heavy, so that when you shake it, it's like a rattle, that kind of thing. So that was the thought on that. And then it also came with a frog, which I love frogs, so I was like, yay. So I tried it. The first time I tried it, epic failure. Like, it was bad. Which one? This one was the second one that I made. And it's better. It actually, sealed, and I was able to put the stuff in it and all that, but I don't know. I'm also my own worst critic, so it could be fine, and I just would never know. But then I found smaller ones. I don't know where to put it. Oh, I put it back in. I put it away, guys. Crazy. Smaller ones. So there's the frog again, but a lot smaller than the other one for comparison. So this one is definitely keychain size. I feel like this is too big, but it could just be me. I don't like huge keychains, so, but I have seen people with key rings the size of a janitor, so whatever. I don't know. I'm a little, kind of ADHD tendencies. I see something new and fun, and I'm like, I can do that, and then I buy everything and then do it twice. But the little ones did turn out, as far as the molds, they did turn out okay. So you have the little heart. It's so tiny. Probably only put like 3 sparkles in there. 3 little glitters. The thicker ones. The ones that actually move. I haven't decided if I want to do a video on those, because I'm really not... I know the basic concept for all the things that I'm doing videos on. This is, like... I'm just not, I'm not with this. So, okay, I'm going to drill again. Actually, is that what? Can't squeeze it, otherwise the stuff comes out. Wasn't sure, because I'm trying to post regularly, so Sunday around noon is usually when I post. I wasn't sure the best time for a live, because I'm sure some people go to church or have, it's summer, I'm sure there's picnics and stuff happening. But I also know it records, so if anything, I have something still to post. I bought these drill bits. I have so many drill bit sets. I don't know what it is with me and tools. I love tools. I have pretty much, if you need a tool to work on something, I probably have it. Like hand tools. I'm not talking, you know, jackhammers and shit. I don't have that. But I have all these drill bit sets, and the size of these that I use for my size of this is not the smallest size in a drill bit set. So when I was trying to reach a certain amount on Temu, because I make it worth my while, okay? I may say everything comes from Temu, and you guys are probably thinking, oh my god, she's a shopaholic, which I'm not saying I'm not a shopaholic, but I've only bought from Temu like once this year, maybe twice last year, something like that. But they're always big hauls, so to speak, just because it's a long way to travel. I want to make sure I'm not having to pay too much for, I forgot to put the resin on it. Making sure I get enough on the order to where it is worthwhile of ordering. Because I mean, buying $20 and then waiting 3 weeks to get it seems a little ridiculous. So I, like this last one, I think it was $100, $100 something, low hundreds. It wasn't like 150. But I got a whole bunch of keychains, the handmade tags. I got the metal tags, and I have these little round cloth or pleather handmade tags to put on the crochet items. So, I mean, it was, I considered it worth my while for that. But It's not like I'm on there. I don't have the app even installed on my phone. When I first found Temu a couple of years ago, it was bad. It was like the first time I found eBay. Bad times. So I uninstalled it because just like me doom scrolling YouTube, I doom scrolled Temu. It was, oh, look at this. Oh, this is cool. I can use this. I have so many gardening things that I've had them for 2 years. I still haven't put it up because I haven't even built the garden yet. I do finally have the stuff to build the fence around the garden, so I consider that a win. A step in the right direction. Yeah. Again, not a huge fan of Disney as a company, but these turned out pretty cute. And they're not for me, so. Yeah. Really, I really wish I was talking to somebody, because I'm just going to sit here and talk to myself about all the things that I'm excited about. Which, if you've watched my videos, you know I kind of go on a tangent anyway. So this is just going to be one long tangent, and that's it. Like, that's what you get. Let me see here. Let's see if I can find them. Which the floaty things, the little things that I was talking about, are good, because I have a whole bunch of random shapes that I've made and realized that I didn't like how they looked in necklace pendants. So this would be good because the resin seems to float better than the glitter. But I made so I'm sure you're sick of dinosaurs, but my when I find out you like something, that's all you're gonna get from me. That's how it goes. So one of the molds is this little TV, okay? So I was thinking, just because my brother-in-law isn't exactly like a girly, obviously brother-in-law, not really a girly kind of guy, but he loves dinosaurs. So I'm thinking, oh, I got a TV. I'll do like a little Jurassic Park scene. So I bought these little, really wish, little dinosaur. So I have a little dinosaur scene. I don't know what else. I made 2 dinosaurs. I don't know what else I'm going to put in there. Maybe like I don't even know. I wish there were other dinosaurs. Probably a shark. He likes sharks. Sharks technically, if you think about it, are like a dinosaur. Kind of like alligators are like a dinosaur. They've been here since all time. You know what I mean? So I might put a couple dinosaurs in. Jax is barking. Hold on, I gotta let him out. Did you think I was out here talking to somebody? Nope, just me. Yeah, so I have a little dinosaur scene. Dinosaurs and sharks and I don't know what else. But I thought that was funny. So that's what I'm doing. But I have other things in here. And since the charms are pretty big, like I have a lot of butterflies and hearts. You know, put those in like the heart-shaped one. There's even a hedgehog-shaped one. I guess I just put glitter in that one. There's so much glitter. So many things. But I have all these different shapes. Like I could do an ocean scene because I have little octopus and crabs. Now these are earrings. These are for post earrings, which I haven't made these, but because these I just got. Little crab, little sea turtle, sharks. That's why that's actually why I bought these, because it had a shark and I needed shark earrings because who doesn't want shark earrings? But then they have, I have a couple reindeer. I have a ghost. I have an apple, which probably could be turned into a pumpkin of some sorts. Yeah. I have a bee. I don't have any flowers. Bees and butterflies. How do I not have flowers? How is that not like a regular thing? I didn't actually look at all the shapes. So we had a wine glass. You know, that one I think probably I could color the oil and then add water to it so that it looks like a glass of wine. I feel like that would work because obviously oil and water don't mix, so they should stay separated. And then if I keep, but oil floats. So I think the water would have to be colored. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. Yeah, so there's a little hedgehog. That's probably the most random shape. Got a star. I have a cat. I haven't seen a dog of any kind. Because I have dog paw prints. I don't have cat paw prints. And then the frog. Which was really the selling point for me. I'm also trying to keep things in bags. Because if you don't, they get, especially out here in the summer, they get dirt and fly away glitter pieces. Glitter's horrible. Like, it goes everywhere and stays everywhere. You can't ever get rid of it. So I went through all of my my molds and bagged them all up. Also helped me get a little organized because I have some things that I just want to do and make to sell, or because it's fun, or like like my boss got the Scrabble set. It's got the board and the pieces. This is a pain in the butt because there's so many little crevices, and if you don't feed it in there, then you're gonna have it's not gonna be legible. So you have to literally go through each little line. See lines there? You have to feed it through those lines because they're not deep. So it's not like it would just go on its own. Even as I fed it through, I still ended up with a couple bubbles. Stupid. But this is also pretty cool. I don't have Scrabble at my house. I have lots of games. I don't have Scrabble. So I figured I'd make a board, and then I have the game. But I most definitely will not be making this to sell. This, I'd have to charge like $25 minimum just for the sheer time that it took me to make it. And I try not to go overpriced on things. Like my, I don't know what I'm going to charge for these because these do take a long time. The syringe that I have is really small, so it takes a long time. It also uses a lot of product because you have the resin and then the sparkles and the UV resin. So I have regular resin, and then you have UV resin, and then the keychain and all of that. And I think it took me probably 30 minutes just to do the syringe part. So yeah, I don't know. Just materials alone, I don't know how much I'm going to charge for that. But things like so I think it was back in the 90s the perler beads came out. I found a whole jug of them at a thrift store. I was like, oh, that's fun. I'll get that. Well, then of course I had to get the little things, but you know, the little plates that go on with the spikes that you set them on. I had to buy that, but it was stupid because to buy 4 of those was $10, but for 20 you could get like 5 of those different shapes and a whole set of the beads. So now I have a buttload of beads. So I'm making keychains. But I made one of each color that I like, the basic color spectrum. But I ended up giving a bunch to some friends. And then I found little patterns for little Starbucks, which I thought were cute. But for these, I probably charged like, I don't know, $3. You know, enough to cover. The keychain is my main concern here. I'm not too concerned about the perler beads. The keychain, so $1 for the keychain, $1 for the beads, and then $1 for my time. Which, they take a while to put on there, but I'm doing it while I'm watching TV and keeping my mind off things that I shouldn't be thinking about. So, like $3 for this. So it's not like I'm actually charging hourly rate. If I did that, then no one would buy anything. It's more to get reimbursed for the actual hardware. So yeah, I think these are pretty cute. And they're light. They won't weigh on the keys. These, excuse me, these, without the stuff in it, about the same weight. But once you put the stuff in it, it definitely doubles in weight. So, I don't know. Like I said, I have slight ADHD tendencies, so I see something, oh, that's cute, I'm going to do that. Although I did see something, because you know the algorithm, it'll start showing things that you talk about, because your phone's always listening to you. I started getting shorts for a lady that does preserves wedding bouquets in resin. So she'll put the specific flowers within this giant resin block, and then the bride will have it preserved for however long she keeps the block. But I was thinking, oh, I could do that. And then, so I'm looking up because I don't want to buy flowers. I just use flowers I'm growing. Which, the one garden area that I have grew some really pretty flowers. Nonetheless, I'm looking at the drying sand for the flowers, and then trying to find the things big enough. And I'm like, Jackie, like, if you guys could see how much crafting stuff I have, you would probably smack me if you were around me looking up at new craft ideas. These were mainly, I bought Oh, I think I have that backward. I think I bought a tin. It was on the clearance, and then I found a jar at the thrift store. But I found a little container with these in it, and my my boyfriend, which I guess he's still that. I was trying to come up with ideas for things for us to do because going over to his house and watching TV every time is not exactly fun. We'd go for a walk or whatever, but I was looking for activities, things that didn't cost much because I don't have a whole lot of money to be going to expensive dinners and theme parks and things like that. So I was looking for something relatively cheap, and I found these, and that's where it started. So I may add some Looney Tunes keychains to the mix because I have those. I also found some. This one I was gonna get anyways. One that has animals. So there's a shark. I like sharks. Sharks and frogs. Those are my two things. Gets me every time. So. Put these away. I was hoping somebody would show up. Again, I didn't know what time to do this. I couldn't do it earlier, which, again, people going to church, probably not a good idea anyways. But I can't really do it later either. Because I got home at 6, slept till about 10. I didn't even straight sleep because Jax is a pain in the ass. And then I have to babysit again tonight, so couldn't do it later. And I still wanted it around noon that I would post it. I don't want to post it too late. Where I do love this thing. It's very convenient because I have so many different sizes. I have from this size. I don't even know if you can see that. You can't see it because I can't see it. Here, that size to this size. So I'm able to keep them separate. That way I don't have to go digging around. I think I had some, for the most part, when you get these, you get them in little baggies, like you have the cardboard with the bag stapled to it. And once you open it, it's open. So I needed somewhere to put stuff so that I wouldn't have jump rings all over the place. Oh, I guess this is a prime time to show you my shelf. I'm not done with it. Because it's taking some time to get enough extra resin to finish, but that's fine. I'm not in a huge hurry. Actually, the 3 shelves that I have done and loaded have already helped me be more organized. So this is the most recent with all the extra resin. So the one, again, Temu, the one thing that I don't like is that you only get one mold for the outside. And although normally that would be fine, I put huge flowers in it that I can't use in any other project. So that's, and you can only put it one way. So one of the sides has flowers sticking out of it. But I have my resin organized. I have 4 shelves, so maybe that's enough to. It comes in 3 different sizes. One size has only 3 spots. One has 4 or 5. This one has 7. So, yeah. I don't even know if this is enough to. No, I haven't tried putting it together. Again, I'm sitting here talking to myself, so I'm going to put it together. I don't know how to put this together for it to stay. I wonder if I have to resin it together. I think I have to resin it together. Something's gonna stay. Let's put it in the middle. Yeah, I'm gonna have to resin this together. Well, that sucks. But it's a really big shelf. Like, huge. I don't know where I'm going to put it when it's done. I have them separated, so these are the metallic alcohol inks, which I'm not a huge fan of. But I saw a new technique where you put the alcohol ink down first, or it could be pigment. I don't know, I'm going to try both. You put it down first into the mold, and then you pour the resin so it naturally spreads itself. I might try that with the metallic alcohol ink. I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is. It's the metallic part. The metallic part does not look right when you drop it in the resin. I've been practicing for the like the flour. You know, you have the resin flour. You drop the pigments in, or the alcohol ink in, and then you do the sinker ink, and then you do the swirls or lines or whatever, and you make a flower or a pretty rose. Yeah, I haven't made that yet. I keep trying, just because I've already posted me failing at that. So someday I might post me being successful with that process. Someday. I think that since it's so big, I have to resin the shelves in there, so that's more stable. Not sure what else to talk about. Like I said, I was hoping someone would show up because I'm not sure. I know I've been doing a lot of resin videos. I think in my head I got overwhelmed with the crochet granny squares to make the blanket. I think that's what happened. I think I got overwhelmed, and now it's one of those just, you know, the question, how do you eat an elephant? Most people freak out because it's a huge thing. Well, you just go one at a time. Yeah, that one at a time thing refuses to go into my head. So I'm just overwhelmed with it. So I think that's why that stopped. And I think I mentioned this a little bit ago. I've started recording multiple projects at the same time. One, it makes it less stressful on a weekly basis, because when I was first starting to do this, I'd get really stressed out because I also tend to wait till the last minute to do things. So on Friday I was trying to record something, and then it took forever. I didn't finish that thought earlier. I was telling you about how I record things. I told you I'm a little ADD. So how I record things. I record it with my phone, and then each time I stop, that's its own video. You know, like anytime you record something with your phone, that's how it happens. Well, what I have to do is I have to upload it to the Google Drive, and then I have to upload it from the Google Drive to YouTube or to my computer, and then I have to put it into the thing to, put them together. And then I have to save it and then export it from that thing, from that program, back to my computer, and then I have to upload it from my computer to YouTube. So it's like, depending on how big the video is, it's like a 24-hour process. So I'm sure there's an easier way to do it. It'd probably be easier if I had an actual camera, like a legit camera that I could just take the SD card out, plug it into my computer, and then go from there. But I do not have that. Technically, I have an SD card in my phone, but because I have an Android, an old Android. But the process of me trying to take it out is its own thing. So, yeah, I was just, and me waiting till Friday to start a project and making sure it's set properly. And depending on the weather, when it's warm out, it's fine. It sets pretty well when it's warm out. But during like winter, no, it takes 24 hours. Unless I bring it inside. If I bring it inside the main part of the house, because the sunroom wasn't originally part of the house. My house was built in the 60s, and as people moved in, they added more to it. So the sunroom actually was built on top of the deck, the original deck. So one of the walls is the brick, is this wall behind it is the outer brick of the original house. This room is none. So it's not warm in the winter, and it's not cool in the summer. So in the winter I'd have to bring it inside, but nonetheless, it's not easy and can get frustrating, especially when you wait till the last minute. So I think that's why, one, I started doing multiples at the same time, but it also, the crocheting takes a long time to do. And I don't know, I seem to be getting more subscribers since I started doing more resin. So I don't know if I need to stick to more resin. I know I'm going to do random things in between. I'm already trying to come up with, like the fire kisses. No one liked that one, but I like fire kisses because it's very helpful for those that like to have the bonfires during the summer and all that. And I'm not getting a whole lot of reaction with the crocheting, but I know that there are people that want to learn how to crochet. I'm not a professional, don't claim to be professional, but I have learned through my own mistakes how to do certain things and not do other things that some videos just, they cut out when they mess up. And I wanted people to realize that other people mess up crocheting, and it's okay, because 9 times out of 10 it's fixable. Easy fix, no problem. I also think they're cute. Like the Valentine's Day ones I did, those were really cute. I want to do an amigurumi, but that takes hours. I guess I could do parts, like part 1, part 2, part 3 kind of thing. I've seen people do that too. But I was hoping someone would show up so I could see, so someone could tell me, yeah, stop doing this, or no, keep doing it. We like watching it. It's our mind-numbing video. You know, the noise in the background. I have those podcasts where you just put it on just so that you don't have silence, because you don't want to actually hear what your brain has to say. I have those podcasts. And I'm okay if that's me for other people. That's perfectly fine. But, yeah. That was my goal for the live, was to hopefully talk to somebody. But it's been 50 minutes and no one's here yet. I'm going to guess no one's going to show up, which is fine. It's okay. I understand. You guys have lives. I was just trying to make it less stressful for me, because there's no way I could post a video today. Yeah. At some point, I do want to show you guys my jewelry. That was the whole purpose. Yes, I want to teach people how to be crafty, and that even if they think they're not crafty, they can be crafty. Yes, I want to do that. That is something I want to achieve. But another thing that I wanted to do was hopefully get some kind of following, so that when I start selling my jewelry, I have people to tell me, make more of these, or how do I buy these? You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily want to be on Etsy, because I've heard stories about Etsy. I like the craft fairs, and I'm sure some of you are in my area. At least a couple. Well, I know a couple, because you're related to me and you're my friends, so I know a couple of you live in my area. But maybe others would be in my area, because I don't know how many. Obviously, there'll be every pair is a one of a kind, because even if it's the same shape, like I have some feather shaped ones, even if it's the same shape, they aren't all, it's impossible to make them exactly the same color, because I only have one mold. So I make one pair that's pink with sparkles. The next day I might make pink with sparkles, but it's a completely different shade and completely different amount of sparkles or whatever. So every pair of earrings is a one of a kind. And they're all nickel free, because I can't wear earrings with any trace of. And I've tried on, so anytime I get a new batch of like hooks or the posts or whatever, I grab a pair out and I wear it. And if I have a problem, which I'll know within 10-15 minutes if there's a problem. If I have a problem with it, then I know that it's not actually nickel free, and then I go from there. But I think there was only one batch that I had a problem with, and I think I didn't look far enough into the description, and they were hypoallergenic, which does not necessarily mean nickel free, because I bought not hypoallergenic and still had a problem with it. It specifically has to say nickel free. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know why there's a difference, but I'm just really sensitive to nickel earrings. I don't know that I have a problem with. I don't think I have a problem with, like, you know, bracelets and rings and stuff, but those also aren't piercing through my ear. So, because I don't wear earrings enough, so when I put them in, I 9 times out of 10 have to pierce through some small layer of ear, which means that it is actually going, you know, having contact with my innards. So, yeah. Well. Oh, that was another thing I said. My boss friend has molds, because I pour resin for him, because he makes mods for vape So I don't bake, so I know nothing about it. But he makes the container, and so I make the container for him and pour the resin and blah blah. So he had all these random molds so that I could learn how to do it, learn the whole process. I am definitely YouTube taught, but he had all these molds for me to try. So I've obviously been practicing. It's been over a year. Not quite a year. I don't remember when I started. I don't think it's been a year yet. Close. I don't think it's been a year yet. Nonetheless, but I was looking through his molds again and, saw something. I'm like, oh, I'll make this. So I have the feather. I used the feather mold for the earrings, but I finally made the actual Dreamcatcher. This one turned out cool. I was looking up pictures of actual feathers. These were, I guess you could say, inspired by the eagle. But I also wanted one that fit the color. I made another one. I think I put too much alcohol ink in it, or too much drop liquid. I don't know what it's called. Drop pigment, whatever. I think I put too much in it because it never actually set right. So it's still bendy. It's been sitting there for days. It's still bendy. I put too much color in it. But I thought that turned out pretty cool. These were inspired by parrot feathers. And this I think I used the metallic alcohol ink. I don't know. There's just something about it that doesn't look right. It's pretty because I put so many different colors in it. It turned out pretty, but something about the alcohol ink that I just don't like. So I'm making a few of these. My thought process is for selling, I'm going to make like 4 or 5 of each thing and see what sells. Because I don't want to make a whole bunch of one thing and none of it sells, because that would be a waste of time, money, energy. But if I make a handful of a bunch of different things, then I'll know what to make more of next time. Obviously, that is determined by who stops by the booth, but I'm just trying to have a wide range because, again, no 2 pair are the same. So, and that's another thing. If I did like a store, how would I do that? Because I can't guarantee that it'll be the exact shade or that it'll turn out exactly the same as like the picture. Like, would I have a picture of something and then say, pick the color, have them pick the color, and then just put a disclaimer, it may not be the exact shade you're looking for? Would that make people mad? Because that would be the last thing I need, is to do a whole bunch of returns and refunds. That would defeat the purpose. And that's just for resin stuff, obviously. The keychains, those I can take a picture of it and produce the same thing over and over. But this is the only one that will look like this. This, I might be able to get the same shade, maybe, big maybe. And even the feathers will look slightly different because no feathers are perfect, but like this has a couple brown spots, or the gold spots through the white. So even that won't turn out exactly the same. I don't know. It's been an hour. Sat here and talked to myself for an hour. I guess leave me a comment. You know, help me out. I mean, is it okay that I'm doing a whole bunch of resin? Because, I mean, I guess I can't say, is it okay? Because it's my channel. I'm like, you guys might say, it's not okay that I do crochet. I'm doing crochet at some point. It's going to happen. But I prefaced this channel with, if you actually watched the intro, which was painful, that I do random things and I don't like doing the same thing over and over, which I don't. I didn't lie. But technically, I'm doing all different molds, so they're all different processes and not the same thing over and over again. So I didn't lie. It's just the same medium over and over. I was trying to figure out, I could do a painting thing, but then I'd have to figure out what I want to paint. And that there is the struggle, figuring out what you want to paint. Because I'm not a paint off the top of my head creative person. Now, when I think of things, it's usually because I've seen it somewhere else. I mimic. I'm a mimicker. So I'll find a painting online and then I can kind of copy it. I did that for, I have 3 paintings above on the wall above my bed. I have a daisy for Daisy, and then I have a bee and a sunflower for me, because sunflowers are my favorite flowers. And then I have a ball and Jax for Jax. So I have all 3 of us represented on my bedroom wall. The bee sunflower painting and the daisy painting, those I did it at Painting with a Twist. So I had an instructor. The ball and Jax I did on my own. But when I say that, I mean I had a picture and I copied it. And it turned out pretty good. Not exactly the same because I didn't have the exact same colors, but I used the colors that I wanted. And I think the placement of the Jax were slightly different, but that I basically copied it. So I could do a painting, but it would be something that's copied. Like, and it's definitely a Bob Ross situation where it's like, oh, I messed that up. No, there's no mess up, so I can fix this. I can turn this into something else. I did that for a 4-leaf clover painting. I was trying to paint a 4-leaf clover, and it just looked horrible. Like the first layer, you know. I think I did 5 layers, and then it finally turned out like a 3D 4-leaf clover. It was really pretty. But it's never an easy process, unless it's just a goofball painting. So would you guys want a painting? Do a crochet amigurumi? I think I want to make candles, but again, it's not the normal candle process because I'm basically melting down candles and then pouring them in something. Does that still count? They'd be pretty. I really want to do a sewing video, but again, I'm recording with my cell phone. If I had a camera, then I could probably do a sewing video. And even then, it wouldn't be like a pattern. I do want to do a pattern. There's some things that I want to make, but that would definitely be later on down the road. There's a piece of foam that I want to cover in a material because Jax lays on it when he's in here. I have a rug for him to lay on, but he likes to lay on the foam. So I wanted to cover that up, but it wouldn't be a legit pattern. This is how you sew, or this is how you make the pattern and sew it and finish it. It would be definitely a half-ass job. Still a good job. Still a nice-ass job. But still half-ass. So. Yeah. Maybe I'll do a before and after for the garden. But that wouldn't be a full video. I don't... If you guys could see what it looks like now. It's a mess. I really wish I could be more than one person. Because I think that's what's delaying me in getting it done. Because I need another set of hands. And one, I can't afford to pay somebody to help me. Two, last time I asked my roommate to help me, we got so pissed at each other. We kept yelling, I want a divorce. We're not married. We're not in a relationship. Not even close. It was hot outside, and we're both control freaks, I guess you could say. Like, we know how to do it, and we want it done our way. Even if it's the same way. It's how we say it. We want it done. And it was just a major clash. And I think we divorced about 10 times in that hour. So we don't work well together. And I don't have anybody else to ask, so I think that's the only reason it's been delayed. I don't know. One of these days I'll just get myself hopped up on caffeine and I'll turn into two people. It can be done. I'll get it done. Yep. Well, I think that's all I got. Yeah, I have more random thoughts coming in my head, but they're pointless. More pointless than what I've been saying for the last hour. So I don't know how often I'll do a live. Maybe when I have another, I can't post a video day, but yeah, drop me a comment. Tell me, whether you're good with this many resin things, if you want to see something else, if there's a process you want me to try with resin, if there's a technique you want me to show for crocheting. I do want to post a video on how to do crochet rounds, because there's two different ways, which now that I want to post a video on it, I'm finding videos on it. But when I was learning how to crochet, I did not know that there were two different ways to make a circle. And that's helpful to know. So at some point I do want to post that. I actually tried to record it already like a couple months ago. And it just, my camera or my phone was not set up properly. So it crapped out. Didn't record it. The audio was all jacked up. I don't even know. So I do want to post that. And I do have other granny squares for the blanket that I want to do, but I have to do the square first, because I think I've done enough squares in my videos to where it could be referenced back. And then all I would be doing is the applique to go on it. That way the video isn't over an hour long, because I have also noticed the shorter the video, the more likely it's going to be watched. So if you're still here, I hope you had a nice day today. Hope you stayed cool. As you can see, I'm glistening, glowing. It's a little humid here. Sorry, tapping out of nervousness. So that's all I got. Maybe throw me a like. Or if this is the first thing you're seeing and you're saying something's wrong with this girl, you're right. But I do have other videos posted that are probably more entertaining. So go check those out. Thank you to my subscribers. I don't know how I went from hoping I could reach 50 to over 60. I don't know how that happened. The only thing I can say is maybe it's because of all the resin videos or that I'm actually posting pretty consistently. That's all I can come up with. But I hope you guys have a good Sunday, or a good rest of your Sunday. Have a nice week. Hopefully it's not too ungodly hot, so you can go outside and enjoy some part of nature. I will have a video, since I have 3 projects started. I will have a video in the next 3 weeks, at least. I'm trying. My goal is to be ahead rather than behind. So if I have 3 ready in the next few days, then I'll post those, and then I can do like record one video every couple days, and then I'll be ahead rather than behind and stressing out. So there we have it. No one showed up. Sad day. But I got to talk. Sometimes you gotta be your own friend. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you later.